Look, when I say historicity, I mean fantasy history. But having said that, I mean that all reporting is tainted with this. Necessarily, because I report from what I saw. What I saw depended on my particular circumstances, both, in time and space, as witness, and how I received it as me, through my eyes, my interpretation, my mind. It's not some concrete history. That's the pure form. The reality is all we have is this string of historicities, more or less complete, more or less agreeing with each other. It says nothing about what the pure form was. It sort of hints at it darkly, as shadows. But that is all. You cannot, strictly speaking, read a history book. You're reading a historicity book. You're not reading an account of what happened. You're reading a report. And of course, the next problem is it may even be based on hearsay at that. It's not even a first-hand report. It's what the reporter made of the witnesses that he could find. And as we know, they may not even have been witnesses at all. You can't handle historicity as if it were truth. Or at least you can, but you won't arrive at truth. You will only have a collection of more reasoning and understanding according to the assumptions you feed into such. If you want to know God, you don't get hold of Scripture. If you do, you will be led astray. You don't ask people because you just get their view. How will you know if one view is any better than another? You'll simply take to those you like. It's like the person who says, "Oh, I use this translation of the Bible. I prefer it." Why? Oh, it says, and then you realize it says what they want to hear. Oh. Yeah, well, in a way, that's the validity of things. It means you end up with a religion that you have because of who you are, as you see it. Doesn't sound very reliable ground, does it? It's not. God has the answer to this problem, this dilemma. He's given you the life He's given you. Sit. A little while. Occasionally, at least. Reviewing, thinking. What is your life about? Be clearer on what you think you value. And then practice it in the life He gives you. You'll become clearer on what you value. You're drawing close to your God. You probably want to trust your God that He'll draw you close in the right direction. Good. You built that into your understanding of your God. You're on track. Wow. Bless you. Do you see, following God has nothing to do with Scripture. Nothing to do with religion. Preachers, teachers, Scriptures. It's to say, if there's a God, then, well, presumably He's powerful, and the only God I could really love is the one that loves me, at least. Otherwise, I'm on a self-destruct path. That doesn't seem a good idea. So you start to live accordingly. And you start to think of the ramifications. Everyone's thinking this. Wonder if he loves everyone. Would he love everyone? Why should he love just me? Would you prefer that he loved everyone? Well, of course, in a sense. Well, not my enemies at the minute. I'd rather they were damned, but you know, you may be thinking that way. And I think, would he feel that though? No. Do I want to be at odds with him? No way. Ruler of the universe, I don't want to be at odds with that. Good, let's have a rethink then. He cares for them as much as he cares for me. Oh. Well, I hope he keeps us apart. My enemies could kill me. Well, he probably does. You're still alive, after all. So you have some reason to trust him so far, haven't you? Do you see you quickly get on track? You might even come up with the importance of being thankful. At least for the good things that you see. And perhaps that will give you a richness and a kindness that allows you to be thankful for some of the things that you thought were wrong but seem to be turning out right after all. You realize there's an incredible benevolence, and perhaps you realize you'd like to trust this for others too. Do you see your faith grows according to your experience, not according to your rationality, but your rationality reflecting upon your experience. Now, you could say it's a very hard way of doing it because I'm learning by doing it. It could be very slow. Well, yes, I mean, you're going to be attracted to the obvious thing. You think, oh my goodness, I think I've found God. Perhaps I should check out the local religion. You know, and you find it's, I don't know, the nearest building happens to be Mormon or Christadelphian or Transcendental Meditation or, you know, Church of England. Okay, you'll go into it and presumably straight out the other side if it's not your cup of tea. You'll be on track, won't you? Try not to get diverted. You have to be reasonable. You know, the big church may not be the big way, but just in the interest of people that run the big church. You don't know. So you can be cautious. You'll learn. And the more careful you are, perhaps the less mistakes you'll make, hopefully. I think you'll just move faster through the system. But you're going to trust God that he's got it right. That he's given you the position, the start, and the handicaps that are appropriate to your salvation, if you like to use that phrase, to your goodness and benefit and blessing. Yeah, bless you. Thank you, Dad. Oh, you think this is not very impressive, but look, you already found that your God is one that loves you. That's your first tenet. Oh, my goodness. What do you think Jesus' main point is? He's Father. Presumably a kind, loving, wonderful Father. You're also assuming he's powerful, he's God. Well, that's also it. He's all-powerful. And it looks like you're putting him first. Doesn't that sound pretty close to loving the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength? My goodness, you found... Wow, you seem to be on track. You've come to the conclusion that perhaps it's not just me he's interested in. You're enlarging self. He's a benevolent God to what he's made. Well, yeah, we all value what we've made. We know that. Do you see? You've made astonishing strides that, well, certainly half religion doesn't seem to have managed to grasp. And certainly not in reality. Its actual members, even if it's in the lip service of their theology. It looks like you're getting thankful too. You can't not, as you keep reflecting on your life and what he provides. It's not that you've got nowhere. I mean, it could well be that before you even go into this nearby religious establishment at random, other than the fact it's near to hand, you've already got considerably more than you're actually going to find in that building. In all probability, I might point out. You see, the kingdom of heaven is now. It's to hand. And for you that's got this far, it's already within you. How could it not be? After all, the epitome of the God you're thinking of made everything and sustains everything. Why imagine or want to hope for anything less? After all, it's all hope. You don't know God exists at all. It's purely what you value. And you've come to decide that you should focus on what you value. How right you are. Do you realize the kingdom of heaven is now? The very fact you're inquiring, truly in your heart, means you're in. You're already in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, we're still kids. We haven't mastered this show yet. But kids grow up. You're filled with hope, especially in a God that loves you. Thank you, Dad.